Hey, kindness starts here. This your girl Quill, the one that keeps it real. With that trill to give you a thrill. That is beautiful. It looks that can kill. Hey, welcome back to God's Kingdom of Tarot Show. Tarot Show. You better act like you know, okay? What up, God and Goddesses in the heavenly realm? Okay, y'all the only ones I'm happy with right now. Okay, I'm just kidding, but I'm happy with my baby. I love my baby. I love my baby so much. Okay, I love my baby. Yeah. I love my boy, my baby boy. Baby boy, you stay on my mind. Hey, y'all, if y'all just tuning in to me for the first time, I am currently fighting for my son back. And so many things. It's been a shit show, and it's taking longer than it's supposed to be. Okay, according to God's timing, it's supposed to happen, and everybody's prolonging it. It's crazy, but anyway, you don't owe anyone, okay, from your kids on up, from your elders on down, okay, any trust, okay. They have to earn it, like they do respect. And God told me at one point in time in my journey, my life, that, just because they're elders doesn't mean they deserve respect. And I lived long enough to confirm, to implement that belief in my life. And it saved me. It's protected me. And how does it save me? How does that type of thing save me? You know, right? Or save you. Let's put you in it. How would that type of thing save you? How would that belief save you? Feel free to comment in the comments. Oh, speaking of which, let me do my settings before somebody come in and say some stupid shit without exchanging energy. But yeah, so God, once I implemented the fact that, when God told me, shout out to the 5 people. I got to say that because they say I'm talking to myself. But God told me it was 5:50 when I said that. I was going to wait till 5:55 when I started this video. Sorry. When I first started this video, it was 5:50. And that was 5 people. So 555 means changes, dramatic changes, immediate changes as well. But I was expressing, if y'all just tuning in, now 10 people. Look at that. See, all in 5s. Okay. But, I was expressing that, God told me in my journey of life, just because they're elder, they don't deserve, doesn't mean they deserve respect. And then now I'm saying that about trust today, because elders do that. And I said, I'm glad I've implemented that in my life, incorporated that in my life, because it has first saved me. Okay. And why should it first save me? Somebody giving me respect. Why should it first save you? When somebody giving you respect or earning respect from you in order for you to give it. Why should that save you? Why has it gotten so bad that things like that save your life? Because some of these elders are after you. Okay? Let's first put that out there. Okay? You don't have to believe me. All right? But the energy is out there, and it naturally plays out in the world. So whether you believe me or not, it doesn't matter to me. Okay? But that type of thing saves you, because even if you put trust in it, but we're going to focus on respect right now, because we're going to get to the trust throughout this video. But or this podcast. But this message, okay, yeah, we delivering a message today, and the sky looks so beautiful right now. This is an early one. Yes, 5:55 probably. Is it 5:55? Oh, 5:56. I just missed it. Okay, but and the sky looks so beautiful. It looks like a milkshake, or not milkshake, a smoothie, or a drink, a frozen drink. But first thing I thought of is auric. It looks like an auric field, okay? But that could be significant because, your auric field protects you essentially too. So let's go back to, why does that type of thing why has it gotten that bad that those type of things or beliefs would save your life, of or respecting, elders only when they have earned it? Because think about it. Let's give you an example. And this is partially a real life example, and I may have to, add things in there, but, most of it is true story, or based on a true story. So, so say if you have an elder in your life who's considered, like somebody that, everybody respects, okay? And you end up seeing a lot of their true colors through even how they treat people that already respect them. And they've been able to hurt these people. So that's another part of why this could save you, And in this family of this person, main characters basically are gone, all right? I'm not saying she's a part of it, but she could be. But that's why those type of beliefs would save you, because you won't just go around respecting and trusting people just because everybody else respects them, just because they believe they deserve that respect as well. Because that non-respect, I don't want to say disrespect, because you don't have to even disrespect someone. You don't have to disrespect someone to show that they have not earned your respect. You don't have to disrespect them. You just go along with your values. Keep to that value. That you don't deserve my respect at this point in time in your life, my life, in this connection, whatever that is. So this woman, she basically, so let's just say, because it's getting hard, because I'm trying to really tell it as a true story, but people watch me crazy and stuff like that, and sabotage me in other ways in my real life as well, hire people to stalk me and stuff like that. This woman actually was brought to me in my dreams. Okay, she was brought to me because I am the person she has to answer to. Okay, she has great grands at this point in her life. But so there was a time where I had to basically tell her the truth without disrespecting her, but because people expect you to respect her, or this person, or expect me to respect her, and this person automatically respects her despite, what she has even put her through. I look like the bad guy. But if I hadn't adapted that type of reality, and I adapted that reality like way before, and I wasn't able to articulate what that was. I just showed it through my actions. Shout out to the 4 people. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. However long y'all choose to stay. If y'all new here, welcome. Thank you for trusting me to be a reader. And if you're an OG God and Goddess still, thank you so much for trusting me again to be a reader. I hope y'all enjoyed this message, or are enjoying this message currently while I have you. But, so there was one time I was living with this great grandmother, and I called her my grandma. As well, it was a natural thing to call her grandma. See, it was that was like that inherent respect that everybody gives her, like even if you're not really her grandma, like people kind of expect you to call her grandma basically. But I did it naturally because she gave me the energy of being my grandma. But this particular instance, I ended up moving out of her house. I was living with her, and I had to end up moving out her house. But before that, because I thought she just gets respect because everybody told her to, and because she's an elder, like she was bullying me for money. Like she would make me pay off big expenses when things would break down in a house just because I had a job, and just because I was living there at 15 years old. 15. I was turning 16. Well, I turned 16 after I just had turned 16 after I left this lady's home. So I was young, and she would bully me because I had 2 jobs. And because when I first started living with her, she helped me get my phone, but I continued to pay the bill. I actually had to pay the first bill. And I seem to already always keep a job. And so I always have money in my pocket. So she wouldn't believe me when I would say I don't have enough, and stuff like that. She would bully me and remind me of how she rescued me from juvenile hall. Yeah, and so I ended up moving out of her house to a friend's family's house. And after that, I had still owed a bill for having internet, because the reason why I was broke is because I was saving up to buy a laptop. And then I'm a person, if I've been saving or working for it, or even if I really need it and stuff like that, which I did, because that's what I used to go to the library for, to use a computer. So I was like, I might as well bring the computer to my house. And a lot of stuff in high school, they start asking for computer work, and I needed to have access to a computer. I didn't, all my life I didn't really have access to a computer unless it was at school, a library, or something like that. But yeah, so so I'm a person if I saved up for it, or if I really need something like that and it's important, and I would save up for it, and knowing it's a big ticket, and even if I had to spend all that money at that one time and be broke, because when she knew me, I would rarely be broke. Every time she asked me for money, I could give it to her. I would always have money in my pocket, always. So and even take note of how she noticed that, and the things I've already told you about this woman, what things she said to me. And so when I moved out, I owed her daughter, because I was young at the time, I was still in high school, I couldn't get internet on my own. So her daughter had gotten internet for me, and I paid for everything and stuff like that. She just put in her name. And when I moved out, I expected to pay it. I expected to pay it. It was just how I had to move out, the terms I had to move out, and the things I had to consider in order to make that decision to move out made me not want to even communicate with this family for a bit, because they were always down my back for money. And then God even exposed to me, how, you could tell they're money hungry because of the type of cars they drive versus how much money they're able to make, have potential to make, all that type of stuff, the jobs they had, not to look down on them, but the comparison, if there's a whole bunch of housekeepers and receptionists, not saying they not making enough money, or the receptionist also gets child support, to supplement their income, but it's child support, so it really should be designated for the child, right? Or keep in mind that it's focused on things for the child, so it could be for the car, right? But it wouldn't even be that humble type of product for these people in this family. It would be like nice cars, or cars that they were one of 2 owners, or one of 1 owner, that type of cars. And y'all got these type of jobs, and these people are not married, so it's like you don't have 2 sets of income, but you will always be in my pockets. Like one particular lady that I'm talking about in that instance, or has that type of profile on her, especially with the child support thing, I would do her son's hair, and she would have to pay me, or she would want to pay me. Like, you got this car and shit like that, got child support coming in, and she would want to pay me the next time she got paid. Sometimes she would ask me to do his hair 2 weeks before she got paid. Like, she would just get paid, and because it was me, she would want to pay me as soon as she got paid. And so, her treating me like that made me hide the fact I like to do hair, but I even knew how to do hair. When I went to college, I did not tell nobody I knew how to do hair. I just invested that energy into myself. I didn't even think I wanted to, try to pursue an opportunity to make profit off of that skill. It was a hidden skill of mine because I know how people act, and I knew they didn't tolerate fighting. I knew they didn't tolerate any like commotions in college, or even our first year, in the dorms, living in dorms and stuff like that. Like I knew that. So to obliterate all of that shit, I just didn't tell nobody I knew how to do hair. Okay. I didn't lie, but nobody came, some people did come and ask me, and I would do it here and there for people, but like, it wouldn't be my established things like it was in high school. It was more established like that in high school than it was in college. But anyway, so like that type of thing, because you feeling like you have to do it. And then, so when you don't do what they say, they trying to do things to set you up to be fucking killed. Thank you for the first like. Bonus blessings to you. Bonus blessing goes to the first like over here. I've been giving them to everybody, but that likes, but bonus blessings to you. 16 minutes, good. But yeah, so they'll set you up because you're not doing what they say, just because you said no, and they looking forward to money later, but because you can't give them that money right now, you're a villain, you're disrespectful, and all this type of stuff. So going back to the great grand mother in this instance, is like, so when I moved out and she approached me about the cable thing, they thought I didn't want to pay, and that wasn't the situation at all. Like, I just didn't want to talk to them. So because I didn't want to talk to them at that time because of what they were putting me through, they said so much more than I can say and remember right now, but it was so much I didn't want to talk to them anymore, just for my mental health. I'm in high school. Like, why? How could I do something so wrong? Just not talking to you. So when I get on the phone and tell her something along those lines, it sounds like I'm being disrespectful. And her daughter, who really had the custody of me, although I lived with her mom, she had custody of me. So and she was a partier and stuff like that, and she didn't want me to live over there as much anyway, but that could be a part of it too. So I'm trying to stay on track to show you how it could save your life, because this person did something that she hoped that I would take my life. She lied on me, even made up things in her head once I had a child. But she has done all this to me while I was living with her. Had to run away from her. And then when I ran away from her, it looked like I still was the bad guy. Try to make amends, for things I didn't even fucking do. Because she did get paid. I paid that bill. And there have been times where after that instance happened, this same person I paid the bill to, I had the arrangement with the bill with, she's done things too to sabotage me. So if I didn't have this belief, and and some of it was small scale, but some of it was big scale, that it ruined relationships in my life, whether they're platonic and romantic, making up shit in their head. So imagine if I was always a person who never stood their ground. That shit would have never stopped. And things could have got worse. Because they were trying to twist the knife in the wound too much. Even while I'm running away. A respectful person, a person who's respecting you all like that in a toxic way, how y'all believe should be respecting you, I wouldn't have ran away. So now they're there to have more pain inflicted on them. So much they would probably want to take their lives. Or not. So hopefully that made sense. Sorry if it didn't. And you enjoyed my story. I do believe in God using me as a testimony. I'm not using this to, bash anyone or, You know, even though I am Basham Empress Quill, okay? my Asian or angel family in a house, but Asian family in a house, as they list their last name before their first name in the Asian culture, or at least I know China, they do that for sure. But you know, and that's why I made the title of this channel Basham Empress Quill at this time. Okay. But yeah, so I was thinking about them when I even put it on there. At first it used to be Basham, my mother's name, and then I changed it to myself because I wanted it to focus more on me now, you know. But, you know, who knows? It's going to probably be something different. But at first, when I first started this channel, I didn't even want it to be kind of associated with me or noticeably associated with me. And part of that reason was because I was hiding. Because I knew people who didn't want me to say certain things about them would come across my channel and wish they have. That's why they've been sabotaging me. That's why my subscribers are slowly but surely. Shout out to y'all. It's 8:25, right? I don't know. Thank y'all. Or no, 8:28. Yeah, 8:28 at this time that I'm recording. If it's more, welcome. I appreciate y'all. Welcome to the family. You're gonna love it here. You may not love everything I say, but you're gonna love it here because we act with respect, first of all, because we know how important respect is, whether it's earned or not. So if it's not earned, we know how important it is to allocate our respect accordingly. Whether it's 0% to 100%, or whether it's 25% to 75%, we know how to allocate it over here, or we will learn over here. Because respect is very important for anything. People get killed over respect, not just disrespect, the mishandlement of respect. And that's what I'm talking about here with trust. You don't owe everybody trust. Why do you have to trust everybody before they earned it? Because it will save your life to assume you can't trust them yet. Because sometimes those people you feel like you can't trust are the people you can't trust. And how is that your fault? Why do you owe them that? They have to earn it. Whether you're in a reconciliation, I'm feeling more energy. But, you know, whether you're in a new type of connection, whatever that is, romantic or platonic, they have to earn your trust. You have to earn their trust. Right? Think about it. When you meet somebody and, you know, like, especially if you meet a friend, like, first off, you know, you're going to be operating in those preconceived notions that you have about this friend, whether they're good or bad, right? You're operating in that until they tell you they could trust, you could trust them, and not just through their words, through their actions. You could trust them, or they could trust you. I mean, or they could trust you. Or you could trust them or not trust them. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. Yeah, you could trust them or not trust them. Because you already got your impression of them, right? Whether you trust them or not. So once you start operating in that trust or non-trust, your body or your mind, your feelings are naturally looking for ways to trust, or reasons to trust or not. Naturally. Think about the last new person you met in your life. And most of the time so think of the last new person you met in your life that didn't last long. Think about how you felt at the beginning. It could have been years ago this happened. But there's a person in your life you met. It was a new person and y'all wasn't connected for a long time. And I'm not even talking about I'm not talking about when you know, like, connect with somebody for a little bit, and then y'all haven't spoken in a while, then y'all go back to connecting, that means y'all didn't have nothing to not reconcile with, okay? So, but there's other people, because God sent certain people in your life as lessons to see if you've been learning as well. But I bet you the most recent connection that you had, it was new and it didn't last long, you already felt at the beginning you couldn't trust them. That's why it didn't last long. But what had to happen is your body had to naturally, or your feelings or whatever, your senses had to naturally look for ways to justify that feeling, whether it's to be against that feeling or to support that feeling. And your body found, or your senses found, reasons to support that feeling of why you don't trust them. And I have a, recent example, if you guys care to hear. I met this girl while I was in a shelter, and I wasn't connected with them long, knowing, but we had both situations that I just described, where I connected to them for a bit at the beginning, and then we went time without speaking like that, but no animosity there. Nobody did anything to each other. And then we reconnected back. And then that connection, or that time period, exposed why I didn't trust this person in the first place. But our bodies naturally give them the benefit of the doubt, but it kind of, if you listen to it correctly, it kind of don't take no shit, because it already told you, right? So even that time that we spent not speaking to each other, I could have basked in that. And I don't mind basking in that energy. But a situation came up for both of us where it allowed us to reconnect again. And I always believe in seeing God in people. I'm not saying I look at people as God. I see God in people. I'm able to recognize God in people, and I'm able to really recognize when God has left people. I think that's more noticeable than recognizing the God in people. And that kind of even relates, because God will leave you or leave that person because God does not trust that person. God does not feel comfortable in that person, that vessel, with that as that person. This person don't align with my values. And I was talking about that with respect. Incorporating certain values into your life, and that doesn't require you to disrespect them. It just requires you to protect yourself, whatever that means. Whether it is to speak up for yourself, whether it is to run away or walk away, you are required to do so if you want to adhere to those values. Otherwise, you just lying to yourself. But yeah, so so that's essentially the story. I ain't gonna go too much deep into it, because my gifts, my feelings, my emotions, my senses, however you want to look at it, God told me some disturbing things this person has said about me, their plans about me, or regarding me, I guess. Like, they wanted to steal everything from me. And I've been getting a lot of energy about destiny swapping as well, but they just wanted to steal my stuff, knowing what the fuck I've been through. But because it seems like a lot to them, they want to steal it. That's disrespectful right there. Like, why you want to steal it? That's why I don't even steal from people, because I don't know what you had to do to get that shit. Earn that shit. I had to dog walk that bitch before. Dog walker. Bounce her head on the fucking concrete like a fucking basketball. She pulled knives on me and shit. Yelling the whole time, go get my gun. Go get my gun. Give a fuck about your gun. You better use it. You better use that knife. Use it. Go ahead. I learned that from another situation I witnessed. People don't let up. People ain't gonna forget when you disrespected them. When you went overboard for a little small ass thing. They ain't gonna forget that. They ain't gonna take that easily. That was for somebody. Not me, but somebody else. Yeah, I did that bitch so wrong that they were like, my son wasn't around, and I had put my son's I left my son with somewhere else to do something else. I didn't know I was gonna fight. I didn't know she was gonna yank my lanyard off my neck or start pulling on my lanyard. That's an attack. I don't care if you physically touch me. That's an attack. You're going to get your ass dog walked after that. And you lucky anybody was around to stop it. Because I wasn't going to kill you. I was going to make you wish you was dead, though. Like you do now, huh? I don't say that I want to steal everything she has. What the fuck? And I didn't want to be associated with this bitch no more. But God made me walk through the fire again with this bitch. For her to even say that. But I needed to see that. I needed to hear that. To justify why I implement certain practices in my life. But I'm tired of fucking having to see hurt to justify my motherfucking self. I ain't gonna just take the shit. There was this other girl who I knew was friends with, started being friends when I stopped talking to her a little bit. And she done something, but she didn't do enough for me to be mad. Like saying no to me don't make me mad. Like, I'd rather you say no to me than to say yes to me and really mean no. I really rather you just say no to me. Okay? I don't even ask motherfuckers why. I don't even ask you to explain why, unless I believe you don't have a right to say no to me. And it ain't no entitlement shit, okay? Maybe because I thought God said yes and nobody could say no. But that's the only time. And that's rarely happens for me to really even know the results of those type of situations. Because I know nobody owes me anything. What a coincidence. I didn't think I was going to talk about that. Yeah, you don't owe anyone trust. At all. But same how you don't owe anyone anything, they don't owe you that. And I understand that wholeheartedly. Don't mean I got to tolerate the shit. Don't mean I just got to accept it as it is. If you refuse to change, and I ain't even gonna ask you to change. You better know by my reactions how you need to fucking straighten the fuck up. I ain't gotta tell you shit. And that's how the world really walks around. I equate it to the number line of truth. I call it the number line of truth. Where truth is a zero in the middle, okay? And the other side is negative numbers, negative impacts and stuff like that. And positive impacts on the positive side are positive numbers. Either way it go, in this instance, I naturally want to stay at truth. I naturally want to stay at zero. Zero is infinite for me. Zero is enough for me. Right? I'm standing upright. Okay? Minding my own business. Adhering to my own damn values. And motherfuckers want to come to me and say, you're not as good as I think you are. On the negative side. You are not as good as I think you are. So no one else is going to see how good you are. I'm going to suppress you. I'm going to belittle you. I'm going to make you feel less than. Key words are, I think you are, though. I think you are good. I think you are at the truth where I am, minding my damn business. I think you are. But you got to show me why you got to get out this negative side. Again, I'm at truth. I'm where I'm supposed to be. They on this negative side. They putting me here or trying to stretch me over there. Yank me over there. Require me to do more work when I am comfortable at truth. So I got to explain to you. This is where I'm saying you don't owe nobody trust. I don't owe nobody an explanation of why you think I am good so much that you're trying to suppress it. Why I owe you the explanation? Why I got to do the work? You research and try to prove yourself right. That's what the world has come to. Entitled for you to show them why they developed this conclusion that you are good. Why, like it's such a bad thing for them to think even. Them. Let's focus on them. To think that you are good. It's not bad. They're making it bad. They say a good thing and want to hide it. God said you can't put a light under the lampshade. You got to let everybody see it. But then again, what does that got to do with me? They ain't doing no research. They stopping me from doing what I need to do. And they want me to basically explain why I am capable from getting out the things they're doing to stop me. None of that got nothing to do with me. I'm sitting here at truth. I'm sitting here at the good that you actually see and you're trying to cover up. Without even, you don't even have my influence to think what you think. You know. You came to the conclusion yourself. I didn't go over there and say, yeah, I am good. You need to recognize it. You need to put it in your head that I am good. I'm minding my own business, cutting my own grass and shit like that. At truth. I may be at positive on the positive side somewhere too. But I don't mind being at truth. Because truth is showing everybody who the fuck they are. Truth is showing where things have to stop. That zero is separating the negative from the positive. Again, why must I do much more work as truth? I'm just being me, right? See? You don't owe nobody no trust. You don't owe nobody truth even. Truth is going to come out anyway. They know the truth. They just want you to fucking dumb down and explain it to their motherfucking ass. You feel in that learning curve, motherfucker. You do some fucking work to do it. So you could be right here at truth with me or on the positive side. But the positive side ain't really that much better either. According to society right now. The state of society. Because on the positive side, you have the truth that you are aware of, they are aware of. And then people have so much positivity, they don't know what to do with it. They got so much time on their hands, they don't know what to do with it. They have so much trust to give or truth to give, they don't know what to do with it. And then you naturally start thinking you owe people that because you got enough to give. But let's stick to the example on the negative side with the positive side. So now you are a person probably who has illustrated already why you're good, why you belong on the positive side. People still want you to prove why you stay there. You were comfortable at truth. You didn't even want to move over to the positive side, right? But you got to do more work to be over there, which shows me or them or you, They not even supposed to be on the positive side. They saturating the positive side for no reason. They without merit. Without merit. They didn't do anything to earn that positivity side, which could bring us to sacrifices. Because if you're good and you know it, that means you need to be eliminated. Why? I don't know why, but you must prove to me, or you must show me how you can't get eliminated. Again, I got to do more work. Shows how lazy you are. Go put your head in the books. Hopefully that made sense, y'all. Spirit likes when I tell that story. Shawty, you a 10, yeah, a 10. Shawty, you a 10, yeah, a 10. Shawty, you a 10, a 10. Ooh, 10 look nice. Hi, 10. Back in our ancient Commission days, we like to worship the sun. Okay, I less so worship the sun than to have camaraderie with the sun. But you could think I'm weird all you want. I don't care. It's the truth. The way, the truth, and the light. No one comes to my Father except through me. All right. Thank you for the second like. If you're still here, may God bless you bonusly too. All right. Yeah. So yeah, you don't owe anyone trust. All right. They got to earn it. Okay. So let's describe some of these people, or maybe just use some situations to resonate as well, because they had me start off a lot with examples from my own life even as well. See, people be questioning like, who gave you the authority like they did Jesus? Ooh, green man is in reverse. Abundance. Okay. Somebody going broke. The Muses, 3 people going broke. Inspiration. Yeah, you aspire these hoes, and instead of them asking you nicely, they trying to take shit from you, force you to go a certain way. Shit. Achilles, confidence, and love. Okay, so somebody is in this gave me immediately. Somebody's in a relationship where they make that person, someone's in a relationship, someone makes them feel like shit. Okay. I feel like both people in this relationship feel like shit. One is just trying to force the other to prove that they're not shit. or they're not shit, or they're better than not shit. Than shit. I don't know. But anyway, that's what I was getting. That situation. And then we have individuation. Yeah, that's why I felt like both of these people, if they're in a relationship, especially a heterosexual, but it could be any type of relationship. Okay, I love you all, except for rude people, whether you in that group or not, because they be rude. Okay, they carry the persona of rudeness. Okay, and that's on the negative side. Okay, but want to be all in your face. Why you rude to me? You think I want to be around that nasty shit? Anyway, yeah. I don't even know how I organize these cards. I thought I fixed them. I just let them shuffle out of y'all. Irresistibility. You could also be a person who like people can't like seem to get away from. That's probably why they standing around and like, I demand you tell me why you are the way you are. Get the fuck out. I did a reading not too long ago that says that they're so obsessed or something like that. But yet they sit right there and block the pathway. Like, go somewhere else with that shit, Nuada perfection. Okay. So even this is giving me like somebody could be in a relationship with a parent who expects him to be perfect all the time. And earlier I shout out our Asian parents, and I think of them immediately when I think of parents doing this, because like they don't let shit slide when it comes to education. And it puts a lot of pressure on a child, whether they're a boy or girl child, to exceed expectations all the time and beat themselves up in fear of how they will be treated by their parents, because their parents expect them to do better. So if they don't feel like they did better, imagine what their parents feel. That's a lot of pressure. And sometimes Asian children are not born to show their intelligence immediately, even later on in life, or they could, be intelligent, like a more intelligent, more intelligent. Sorry, so many things are coming, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully nobody's attacking me, but more intelligence at a young age, and then I don't want to say regress, because it's not regression, it's just they lack the curiosity way more in their adult years than they did in their younger years, whatever they are, but especially when they're younger and barely learning things. They're held to high standards. I've seen an Asian parent not too long ago when my child and me were somewhere, and we were in an area where kids just come to play, and this I wouldn't have been mad if, well, I wasn't even mad. Like, I just took note of it, but I wouldn't have felt any type of way or felt the need to take note of it if the child led the way of wanting to read the book. But the child was leading more towards like building things, playing, and stuff like that. And that's why people have a problem also with how I raise my child. Like, I really let him lead the way. And I had this mindset even before I heard Whitney Houston's song that says, like, teach them well and let them lead the way, in the song Greatest Love of All. But, I always thought that it's like, and because I've worked with children before I had children, like, I've learned to meet them where they are in general. So it's easier to, follow them where they're going, because, interest feeds whatever you're looking at. So if you're not interested in that as well, you don't care about doing as much. There was a time, because I was a student who always received at least all A's or very close to all A's, and I got my first C. And in that class, I didn't care. I got a C. I was happy actually to get a C. I was in between. I had even came from behavior school, and they didn't grade me on the same scale and shit like that. So I had to kind of make up for that. And then it was in a class I really didn't like, and it was journalism. I didn't like that class. And because this person, this journalism teacher, she told me I had to write a different way. Like, I had to write from a different standpoint. And the standpoint wasn't resonating with me. I wasn't interested in writing from that type of standpoint. And so I was like, well, maybe that's the structure of journalism. And the only reason why I had to take this class is because I was in behavior school, and they made me take it in behavior school. Was it called behavior school? I don't know. But it was like, I got kicked out because I was fighting somebody who hit me first, and I beat her up more. So I got in the most trouble. But in a nutshell, that's what happened. And I had to go to this school, and I ended up getting released early. Yeah, because they had us dressing like we was in jail. But yeah, I ended up getting released early because, like, the work was too easy for me. Like, when I was in behavior school, they didn't say nothing about how I wrote. And then I go back to my school, my home school, where I have to take this class since I started it there, and she tells me I need to write a certain way. And I didn't feel like I had enough time to learn how to write that way when I've been writing this way certain type of time. So I just chalked it up to maybe I just don't like journalism, And I told this person who I told my sibling, but this person who I thought was my sister, and she was basically, like a person who kind of supported me, and I appreciated it, and I respected it, and I kind of wanted to make her proud and stuff, and my stuff. And I tell her I get a C, and she's like, well, how about a little effort? And I did get effort, but I accepted that it may not be something I know how to do right now, and I probably have to learn how to do it. So I was saying all that to say, it's like, I know the pressures of other people, putting on you when you're the one has to be interested, you're the one that has to pay for it, I mean, play the role, or maybe you even have to pay for it. But, you're the one that it impacts. So everybody else putting their stuff, 2 cent in it, putting things in your brain that you never forget. Because I never forgot that. And I was like, and I beat myself up when I get seized, like, in general. And I was just talking about that with Asian parents or those type of relationships. They start beating themselves up. I beat myself up over the C. At first, I was cool with getting a C. I'm like, shoot, at least I ain't get no D or fail, or, like, I know how hard that was to, grasp that concept. But I got the C, and it messed up my GPA, going from getting all A's to 1C, and it was all A's and 1C. All A's and 1C. And I was accepting of it. And normally I'm a person, if I get a 99, which is an A after 90, it's an A, right? If I got a 99 on my exam, especially something I'm interested in, and I knew I worked hard for it, I'm wondering what the fuck, why did I miss that 1 point percentage? Why? I really want to know why. Because I thought I gave it my best to get 100. But if I know I gave it my best and whatever I got, I'm okay with it, because at least it's not that. Like, I don't need nobody else telling me I didn't do enough. Like, no, I know what I did. See, again, people try to make you prove shit. I know you could be better than that. So why not put more effort? Why I got to prove to you that I did put more effort? Why is it the first assumption that I didn't put effort? Now I got to do work to explain to you that I did put effort. But why is that your conclusion? Why is it even a question? Why is that the question? You could ask any other question. Someone's last name could be Sharp. Okay? Fuckers be having fucking names and don't even fucking live up to them. Anyway, yeah, then we got Maui with Discovery. Okay, someone could even be discovering they have Hawaiian roots. Okay, see, a lot of ancestry is coming out. Ancestors could be coming out as well. Or just like real ancestral tie that you had, and this is exposing why you're not connected to certain people. Because sometimes like, if you feel like, okay, so if somebody told you somebody is your sister, somebody is your dad, your mother, or what a type of family member, okay? So now you guys, both of you guys should be under the understanding that this is your relationship to each other. So you act accordingly. Through love, okay? But if that person doesn't feel like that, no matter how much love you give them, it's because they're not your person. I mean, they're not related to you. That shows you right there. Without a DNA test and nothing. It tells you. Because of love, like, if love existed in you, like this truth, you wouldn't even be thinking about anything else besides love. You would stay at love. You wouldn't go to the negative side. You may go to the positive side, but you already have love in that positive. So if you negate from that any type of way, purposely, willingly, and unwilling to be back to love, that shows everybody something. And it will prove itself. With your hardcore proof that you're normally wanting to see. Like, I could tell a motherfucker before they have a fucking baby if the fucking father theirs or not. Now, I can. And I have been able to for a long time, but especially now. Mithra, sacrifice, see? So, so some of these people, that's why you don't owe them trust, because they already trying to sacrifice you. And they're telling lies on you, because I look at Mithras as like the myth of something. They're telling lies on you. They're saying certain stories aren't true as well when it comes to you, or you're lying about something. They're saying you're lying. You're telling lies. And some of these people who feel like this towards you guys, you feel like you owe them trust. And they do too. They feel entitled to it. Because who's to say Whatever you think I should be doing or should have said is the perfect source for where I should get my information. Who are you? Or who are they? So if you decide not to speak to your mother or not to speak to your father or any type of family member, but basically mother or father, and you tell this to someone who wouldn't dare do that because they probably think their mother and father earn respect because they're just mother and father, they're elders and all that type of stuff. They already got a toxic mindset. So they're not a credible source to even invoke what I should be feeling about a certain situation or how I even handle it. Well, that may work for you. You know how sometimes you have to say that to people, if you ever have been humble enough to even say it, you know? Like, they may work for you, but this works better for me because such and such. Then you go back to proving why you got to make your decision to stay at truth or on your truth or on your distrust or whatever your body was telling you at first. I got to prove to you now because you just won't accept my truth because you got something else existing in your world. But your world ain't even all that. Like in the Bible when they were trying to stone this woman for cheating on her husband. And then Jesus walks in like, okay. All right. Throw one more motherfucking rock. Throw one more motherfucking rock. If you think your shit is clean. Cast the one without sin. Cast the next stone. I like to talk about the Bible like that, and they like to talk about the Bible like that. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to see. Like, I don't have to be your credible source for you to change your mind or change your beliefs. This is what I hear, and this is what I believe. But I'm essentially saying the same thing, just with unfiltered language. Don't mean I don't believe in Jesus. I believe so much in Jesus that I believe that Jesus ain't who y'all think or people have thought Jesus was all this years. That's how much I believe in Jesus. And I like him just like that. And I wish they told the truth about really how Jesus was. But if you really read between the lines, I don't know how people got the conclusion that he, like, certain things he would say to the disciples. It's like, these your friends, right? Why are you talking to them like that? If you want to be real true, if I thought like normal people thought about the Bible, I would still come up with that. But I'm like, I don't understand how this persona of Jesus negated any negative things, but not against him. Like, for him to express himself, remain at his truth. But they only took the good truths. It's weird. I don't know. I'm not even trying to snitch on Jesus and get him in trouble. But, you know, like, I'm just like, he really wasn't all rainbows and unicorns. I don't care what nobody say. Woo. You ain't like that, huh? I've been stepping on some bunions. All right. Motherfuckers be up in here. Be sitting there watching my ass. Hate my motherfucking guts. Hate how I do shit. I already think, even if I did trust them or not trust them, they already think I don't trust them. But they operate in the capacity that, like, I owe them that trust. Like, she don't trust me. Well, I'm going to make her trust me. Or I'm going to make her explain. And then even when she explains, I'm going to do more shit to her. I don't give a fuck. You better be careful. Because I ain't no punching bag. I don't care if that's figuratively or literally. Okay? You come over here, you start something, it will be something. And that's why it's something. Now. Anyway. Yeah, he was like, yeah, y'all throwing rocks at her for her sin? The movie or the book Scarlet Letter could be significant. Someone's name could be Scarlet as well. It was throwing rocks at this woman because she was unfaithful to her husband and shit like that. Not questioning what the fucking husband has done and shit like that. Probably even the husband was in the fucking crowd throwing shit at her. I did a reading not too long ago. It said God is tired of motherfuckers on the team and not knowing they're not acting like it or something like that. Okay? It said the team though. But yeah. It's like, oh. Y'all want to throw rocks at motherfuckers for sins. If only you knew how much sin I know y'all have. And did one person cast another stone? They all was without sin. But they so focused on her one sin. Or whatever her sins were. Whatever the sum of her sins were. They focusing on her. She not going out there throwing rocks at people. Other people are doing that to her. But y'all are that woman. Whether you're a man or a woman. In a lot of y'all relationships. And some of y'all lives is all of y'all relationships. Because you adapted and got so used to and conditioned with how you feel right now at a toxic viewpoint. And it could be due to how people viewed you. But then again, that was your responsibility to question their source. Them as a source. Don't get mad at motherfuckers who actually did. Who actually considered. I had a motherfucker tell me who's been divorced. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that for everybody. But she ain't got no business fucking speaking on nothing in this category. And you had to fucking deal with getting a divorce. But I guess it wasn't enough because when this topic came up before about divorce, she didn't believe it was that bad. It's not that much to go through. All that type of shit. You were lucky. But that wasn't enough for you. Bet you this next one, you won't be saying that. And you won't say the shit you said to me. Someone's name could start with an R, end with an A. B. Johnson. Elijah. Romero. Whatever fucking name you resonate with now. Give a fuck. Don't ever say shit like that to me and you got a fucking divorce under your fucking belt. That means you didn't choose right. Because God does look down on divorce. Because God leads you to the motherfucker you supposed to not have to divorce. Say that shit to me. And because I respected this person, I let that shit slide. But I did a reading about this too. In the name of every slide, by the power invested in me, I may forgive you for that slide, but I ain't gonna forget that slide. It's a slide after all. It's proof of why I am in this energy now. So yeah, we gotta decide that beforehand. Like motherfuckers just can't change. For the fucking sake of self-sabotage. To hurt others. That ain't my motherfucking fault. Bitch. I ain't never called this bitch a bitch. Never. Even behind your motherfucking back. say that shit again to me. But you can't. You fucking can't. Don't ever fucking say that shit again to no motherfucking body with your fucking history. Got a divorce. Happy with somebody else watching her kids. And let's not get to the hurtful shit you said in that arena. In the name of every slide. That's why I feel the way that I feel. And I don't give two fucks about fixing it. Because it ain't shit to be fixed. I'm in my motherfucking truth, bitch. And I will say this shit to your motherfucking face. You better be lucky that I can't say it to your face. Because you would want to hit me. And I would dog walk your motherfucking ass. So motherfucking easily. I'll knock the fucking gums out your mouth if you fucking ever hit me. Because she ain't got no teeth. That's why I said that. Bitches be sacrificing us for the promise of things. Thank you for the third like. May God bless you. I'm sorry I missed it. Sacrificing motherfuckers' lives. And then lying and shit. The current husband she had, she claimed that he was fucking taking care of her, fucking with just DoorDash. Stop fucking lying. Stop fucking lying. Asking for everybody money, including her own fucking son, to keep y'all afloat. But you got a nerve to fucking speak on my situation when I ain't have to do none of that. Even when I asked you for help. It wasn't near what you've been helped with. And it wasn't enough, huh? It wasn't enough. Then it's going to try to even say, I'm saying something about her son. Motherfuckers will lie on you because I ain't respond how you expected me to respond. Like I've been responding all these fucking years. In the name of every slide. The fuck? I ain't never felt like this toward this woman. I had nothing but respect for her. And she's steady doing stupid shit. Done it to her own kids. So, what kind of fucking story? She mad because I instead of saying this, instead of saying, oh, who told you you were a credible source? I acted that way. Now you see what I'm actually saying. That's the same thing I would do if I was in your face and you try to do anything to me physically. Everybody in your motherfucking family scared of you because this is how you fucking react. But I ain't scared of your motherfucking ass. And I ain't saying this shit and hoping that you don't address it. I hope you will fucking address it. Because you're going to be the one that reacts. I have no reason to react but with words. Deal with these motherfuckers, type of motherfuckers all my motherfucking life. And I'm just being able to speak like this. At first it used to just be like, oh, stop cussing. Stop cussing. We know you grown, stop cussing. Nah, motherfucker. The shit that I'm saying now, you wishing you heard it sooner, huh? You wishing you heard it sooner. Because you know now this is why you're in the trenches. This is why. You will never be able to get out of those trenches either. Ever. People fucking look down on you. Because they got motherfuckers sitting around giving them money. That don't make you better than me. That makes more of the other motherfuckers giving you money better than me than you. The fuck? And I used to kind of think of this with girls I went to school with, because both school, like high school, I went to 2 different high schools, and then my college, my undergrad college, it's like I went to school with rich people, and I wasn't used to that. But I used to be afraid to express how I don't fawn over their stuff because they have it. And the reason why I don't fawn over their stuff, because I know how they're getting it. They're not even working for it. They don't even earn it. Some of these people were spoiled brats, and you hear how they talk to their motherfucking parents. I'm like, how they fucking parents did all this shit for you and you talking to them like that? They didn't earn it, see? It's going to be an automatic imbalance. And I'm not even related to them. I see that shit. The energy is there. So I would look at people like, like, just because you got it doesn't mean, like, I should be feeling less than, or I feel like you better than me, because your source is probably the only reason why you got it. And you probably don't even deserve that source. A lot of girls I would kind of stray away from. Other people will want to flock to them, be in their cars and shit when they got cars. I kind of stayed away from them if I didn't see that thing. And it was only one person I saw. She probably respect her dad, who was providing for her. And she was earning it. And I would be in classes with some classes with her as well. And I would see her work. But there have been times she's cut corners. I'm not trying to tell on you, because I like you and I don't have no problem with you. All right. And God confirmed this by, having this. She was like I think she was the most popular girl in school. I don't know. But one day she came up to me and, like, I don't know. I feel like she heard something about me or something that made her happy. And she came up to me and hugged me. Like screaming my name, hugging me. Like she was like the top cheerleader, top captain or something. And she was like up there, and we were in the same grade. And we would hug each other every time we saw each other. It's like I didn't hate her. I didn't hate her for what her dad was doing, and I knew her dad was doing or nothing, because I knew she earned it, and God confirmed me, because she saw whoever I was, whatever she was told. I don't know if God told her. I don't know if somebody else told her. But she just started coming, and every time she saw me, and then if we had classes together, she made a point to say hi to me and give me hugs and stuff like that. And I didn't feel no like ulterior motives from it or nothing. Like I felt ingenuity, I don't know. But I felt that she was being genuine. And so, but back then I couldn't put it together as it being God's confirmation, but it just made me comfortable with accepting who she is. And this person I was just talking about, I thought she was that. But now she not. Because even when she did have the support and they were supporting her in ways, they never had to support her this much. I hear the groans of these motherfuckers supporting you as well, even though they don't say it in your face. But like I said earlier, I'd rather a motherfucker tell me no straight up in my face than tell me yeah and me no, because look, the groans are coming through. I don't care if they lie and say they don't have a problem. They do. They tired. It be big ticket ass shit. And like you act like we don't got a life. Like, yeah, I know I ain't got no kids. But damn. And then you got a husband, you married, and we got to put up most of the fucking money when something go wrong, and he the one using the car to make DoorDash. I mean, to do DoorDash, to make DoorDash, okay? But to do DoorDash, and it always end up in our hands. Believe me or not, Telling you what they saying. I'm telling you. Don't ask them for no more shit. Yeah, don't ask them for no more. I don't care how nice they looking. Motherfuckers will do that. Yesterday's reading, I said that. Shit, I always forget the most recent reading I did. Or did I do 2 yesterday? Oh, I wanted to do 2, but I didn't end up doing it. Or did I? No, I didn't. What was it? Anyway, I'm not gonna even think about it. But I always have a hard time because it's in my short-term memory. It has not been transferred to my long-term memory. Okay, but yeah, whatever that was, depending on when you're watching this. Okay, the one before this one, if you want to check it out. All right, a lot of stuff like that or related to that came out because actually her friend that I was just talking about, which is supposed to be my sibling. You know, she operates that way. You would think y'all don't have no problems. How she will act. But she would tell everybody lies and truths about shit that y'all reconciled over, squashed, cleared up, all that type of shit. Had them thinking a certain type of way about you before you even meet them, or even after you met them. She'll spew name stuff on your name, but when something good happening for you or something like that, you wouldn't be able to tell she was doing that. You wouldn't be able to tell she don't like you. But I start saying the motherfuckers right then and there. Once I figure it out, you'll show me through a pattern. And if you try to fucking speak to me on some sideways shit, like you actually fuck with me and you hoping that I didn't find out and shit like that, I'll straight up say it. You don't fuck with me. Why are you talking to me? You know you don't fuck with me. Say that to motherfuckers. Because they even testing your trust there if you really think about it. Oh, they still think I fuck with them? But now it's showing them. You don't fuck with them. They know they don't fuck with you. And I have to call it out for you to stop what you're doing if you gonna stop. Oh no. There was this time, I said it to 2 different people. Actually, one of the people I said that to, I said those exact words. I already spoke about them earlier. And that was after the reconciliation. That wasn't quite a reconciliation. Because I was ready to be done with her. I'm like, I know you don't fuck with me. Like, what? I'm going to text you. What? I'm like, you know damn well. You just didn't expect me to be there before you were. What? Other one was like, the first one I said that ever to, her name was Heather. And then she come over there and she's a recovering addict. Well, she's not even recovering no more. She slipped up again. She come over there and was like, what you talking about? I do, you know. And then she starts pointing at her son. Like, that's my son right there. You see my son right there? Like, just trying to change the subject. And I'm still looking at you like, you don't fuck with me. Because sometimes I'll be nice to a motherfucker and tolerate they motherfucking ass because of their kids. And motherfuckers be using their kids to shield themselves, your kids to shield themselves. Thinking that's going to calm you down. Trust me. When my kid needs to calm me down, that's when I'm going to be reaching for my kid to calm me down. Not because you put my kid there. Who are you as a fucking source? I'm just supposed to follow your lead. Follow what the fuck you say. When you don't know where the fuck you going anyway. But yeah, I think I'm going to go. Okay, I'm going to cut this one short. Justice coming up in here or somebody dealing with the courts, okay? Persephone cycles, especially a child custody battle. I'm going through that. Y'all know that. Hi, baby. My big boy. Ooh, da, my lovely dove. Ooh, da, my lovely dove. Ooh, da, my lovely dove. Say amen, my little man. Okay, that's one of my songs that I made for him as a lullaby when he was younger. Yeah. Go baby, go baby, go baby. They got me going crazy. Go baby, go go baby, go baby. They showed me that, that was kind of like, how somebody watched Pokemon or used to watch Pokemon, but especially right now, or they be thinking about Pokemon and stuff like that, how things relate. And I used to watch it in the past, but I don't watch it. I haven't watched it in a long time since I watched it. I used to watch it consistently, but I remember, like he would yell the person. He would yell the person's name, and then he said, "I choose you." And so they said essentially that song was that, because I thought, like, originally I was saying as if he got me going crazy, and I was kind of hesitant to say that, but I didn't know what to rhyme with baby. I think that was my first song I ever even like made up. Even for him, but just in general, like, I think that was my first song that I made up. And then so I didn't know what else to say. And then as I moved on, and then even God showed me what roles my baby play in my life as well. How our team functions, how our dynamic is on our team. It made me switch up the words either way, or it made the words fall into place better. They got me going crazy. I'm basically telling on them. My baby handles a lot of my lightweight. Okay, so I'm not surprised they took him and they're not trying to give him back. They holding on tight to him because they sense the power. They just don't know how to activate it. And they ain't gonna just go to anything I'm gonna tell you, because only I can activate it. It's like a master, and I don't like to look at my son as like an animal or property or anything like that. No. But yeah, a lot of y'all children probably even want to defend themselves as well. But yeah, Persephone is here. Persephone was the daughter of Demeter. I think of her name as Demeter as well. And she was with Hades. Demeter was with Hades. And they split up, and Hades kidnapped Persephone, their child. And Demeter didn't know immediately that Hades was behind this, because Hades used everybody else to remove himself from the situation. So somebody did this. This is the truth. Whether they hooked up with people platonically, romantically, to get shit done, they knew people used their connections, abused their connections in this case. There's no way out, huh? You met God at that door. God caught you at that door, huh? You're trying to go out. Y'all thought y'all was scotch-free. Y'all thought, oh, yeah, we got her now. We got her. Take her baby. And they always talking about me, how much I don't have. So why would you even want to take something from someone who you know or not, like, who you focus on not having anything? Why would you play with a child's life like that? That's what I say about this shit. It's disrespectful to my child. And I ain't on no fucking pompous shit, or trying to make my child, or make anybody think my child is better than everybody, or I think my child is better. I'm not even, that ain't even on that. It's like disrespectful. It's like a real disruption in someone's life. And just because they're a child, you're not considering it. It says more about you than them. Or even me proposing this. But yeah, so the Pokemon, catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Da, 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 da. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon Go. Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon. Someone's name could be Ash. Okay, first, middle, last name or nickname. Okay. What was the other girl's name? It was like he had a team of people, but he wrote his group was small because he had enough Pokemons. He earned them motherfuckers. All right. But yeah, so my justice, somebody's in court, or the cycle is coming to the end with the court, with court trial or something like that, especially as it pertains to children. The child, it don't have to be child custody, but it could be pertaining to a child as well. Someone's name could be Stephanie as well. Persephone's name reminds me of Stephanie. Okay, Boudica, unity. Also, you are going to be united with abundance. Okay, Green Man was in reverse earlier. It came up right now. Okay, yes, because somebody about to lose and you about to win. Okay, ooh. And this girl, she looked like she is on top of all these men who were trying to fight or fighting around her or something like that. Oh yeah, one got a spear pointed at her, but I think it's by accident. Someone could have had words directed towards you by accident, or somebody's realizing it was all accident. I didn't mean to. I didn't think it was gonna go that far, think that far, and stuff like that. And those type of people, depending on how their remorse looks, the meter of their remorse, you could have forgiven them. You could forgive them and look at it as a mistake. But not everybody could claim that stance. So, and then I've been getting this, like, in our readings, or at least one of the readings in the recent past, like, somebody is so grateful. It's my 3 a.m. reading, right? 3 a.m. reading, or it's the obsession reading, where it says, yeah, they so obsessed, but they're sitting there in the past way. It's one of those readings that I was focusing on, or it kept coming out that someone's thankful that you forgave them and stuff like that. And because some people will act like they forgive you, and you probably even be questioning whether they forgave you or not and stuff like that, but they also sense that you've forgiven them. They sense it's genuine and stuff like that. Someone's name could start with a V, end with an E. Okay. And then Boudica, they be they be highlighting because it says Dicca. Okay, that's the end of her name. Or Boudica, or someone's name could be like Monica, something like that. Ika at the end, whether it has two C's or not. But they was highlighting the Dicc in that, like somebody was being an asshole, someone being a thing, like they was being that, and somebody's gonna have to pay for that. See, somebody's also even realizing, like, oh, that's how I looked. Yeah. Because everybody else thought it was the norm. Everybody else thought they should be given respect, because normally people respect this person. Normally people fear this person. I did a reading a few months back that said every person you encounter has death on their heads, and Jesus wants to save them. Will they join the team? Something like that. Because you end up in this person's life that has death on their hands, whether it's due to you, what they did to you. Sometimes you would have to face that person because you're the only one who could beat their ass, basically, whether you fight them physically or not. And or you end up kind of even seeing yourself in them, feeling pity for them, or in some type of way God will reunite you guys again, and give it another go. I think that's where I was going with it. Anyway, but there was this time, the death on their heads. Like, so God will put you in their life because they have death on their hands, and sometimes, you're the one to save them. Okay, and I call us natural born saviors because sometimes we saving people and don't even know. We don't even know why God sent us in their life. It could be death. It could be to save them from the death, or just to save them from going down the path that will lead to death. Even if they did something against you and you show up in their life, you're showing up in their life as an opportunity for them to apologize in some instances. Will they take that opportunity or not? But I was trying, I mentioned that or thought about that because I was thinking about this connection that I had. And it made me, that's when I kind of first realized that death follows people who hurt me. Eventually, like, and God is kind of petty for me when it comes to death, or when it comes to people hurting me, especially when I don't deserve it, or making me feel scared, or any type of strong emotion as well. Like, it's like nothing but death. And the Orishas have that energy as well. Like, they have killing energy. They hold killing energy. Like, their solution to everything is to kill. Even if they don't get there immediately, that's what their decision was going to be. And so God acts like that with me. And I look at the Orishas as, disciples, like, and God being the main, being the Jesus, So whatever y'all believe in, y'all don't have to believe in the same things. But I'm saying, like, this energy is out there. And most of the stuff I tell you guys, I'm telling you guys to be vigilant as well. So you can look out for it. You may not have to believe me, or you may not believe me initially. But God is funny. God will prove it to you sooner or later that you should have listened. I'm telling you. But anyway, yeah, so there was I now could call her my friend. But she listened to a lot of things that people who I thought was my friend, I eventually ended up calling them my best friend. And they would create animosity between me and this friend. And this friend was the first in our circle group to pass on at a young age. Because I would hear about the things, the fights she would get in with people. But these people deserved it. Deserved to be beat up how I heard that she would beat these people up. And I never did anything to people. But because she was going around fighting people, and these people would see that, like, they would try to sick her on me. And it's not that I was scared of her. I just respected her. And not because nobody told me to. I just respected her as a human being. So we never end up actually fighting. Because I saw the bigger picture. And she didn't see the bigger picture until it was too late. Honestly. And I'm not saying, honestly, like, oh, because she died. No. I'm saying, like, because there was an opportunity to make amends. And she tiptoed around it, as she even did in death. And that's why I said earlier, like, I could call her my friend now. Because even in all of that, I didn't still look at her as a friend. But I enjoyed our connection when it wasn't any of that. So me being able to call her my friend is because I forgiven her. And even then, I knew where the source came from of why she would try to fight me. But the thing was, I believe she got punished. I mean, and I'm not talking about punished by death. Like, whatever her punishment was before death, she got punished because she would blindly do this, or even approach me with the thought of hurting me when I did nothing, whether she knew it or not. And I've never disrespected her. I've always treated her with respect, even when stuff like this wasn't happening. But she got an opportunity to be able to connect with me in a different way, which helped a bit. But it wasn't, I don't believe it was God was looking for, honestly. And thank you for letting me share it like this, because I kept a lot of this stuff to myself when I even heard she passed on. Stuff like that. People were calling because they knew we were like considered friends, or one would consider us friends. But they didn't know, they didn't always see anything because there was nothing to see. I always nipped it in the bud. But she would make me feel these energies, like, but I couldn't articulate that as a child or a kid or whatever, teenager or whatever. But I wasn't quite a teenager yet. Or when I was a teenager, that type of stuff didn't exist. But then, by then, it was too late. And I'm not taking credit for whatever happened, because I don't even think all of it was God in her death. God didn't take her really like that. Somebody else added on. Somebody else told lies. Somebody else did some shit. And God just let it go through, because probably history with me. I'm not trying to take no credit. If it had nothing to do with me, good. Really good. Because I wasn't happy she died. I just couldn't feel a certain type of emotion for her that I would normally feel for a friend. I loved her so much. I thought she was beautiful. I thought she was articulate, smart. I thought good things about her. But I also saw how I understood like her reactions to things, even fighting a lot of people. Even, like how her family treated her. I've seen it. So that's why I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't all God or God at all. Because like I said, God gave her opportunities. But I didn't sense things were settled down in my spirit as they pertain to her until she came to me once she passed over. So please don't wait till it's too late, y'all. Like for either party. When people would call, like I remember I first heard she passed on, and they were even pointing out like the people who would have like a stronger reaction had something to do with it. And not to say, like everybody who like cries, whoever cries the loudest, it's not that. It's a strong reaction. And it's a big umbrella. It's so general when they mean that. Because you can have people who cry a lot about that certain thing because it hurt them that bad. But you can have people crying a lot because they want to make people believe that they are hurt that bad. So that's how general it is. So, please don't wait until it's too late. Like, again, I am not saying that's what she deserved, or, even I'm responsible for it, or, or yeah, God did it for me. Like, I don't feel proud about that. But even from how my reaction was to her death, I wouldn't be surprised people were assuming certain things about me. And I wasn't there thinking about witchery. I wasn't into any type of witchcraft or anything like that. And she died when I was 13 or 14. Or something like that. I was 15, huh? Yeah, 15 or something like that. Yeah, Leah could be also one of your angels. And I look at her as like a little girl. And growing up, I saw the little girls in people, I guess. That's why they're bringing it up. But no one saw the little girl in me. No one did. I don't think no one did. And if they did, it was only to their advantage. It was never to exalt me. And not that I wanted to be exalted. I just wanted my acknowledgement, my consideration. Let's just say. I needed consideration. I needed thoughtfulness. Hera, commitment. And I think of as Hera, or even a hero as well. See, you're here to save, You're sent as a representative of Jesus, disciple of Jesus, God, to do something, or even test someone's commitment as well, or these people you are in commitments with are very significant. They're bringing up, all right, giving you clues to something, especially when it comes to lies. I did a reading that's only available to members. That said, if you feel a strong feeling towards towards someone, and I was just talking about those strong feelings and stuff, but I think it was something like that, strong feelings or scared to go near someone and something like that, or be connected to someone. It's probably because they told a lie on you, or someone told a lie on you. Whether that person told a lie on you, someone else told a lie, or that person told a lie to somebody else, and another person told a lie on you. You sense this energy, even though you didn't know what they said. You may not know. You may end up finding out through God or something like that. Some type of confirmation will give it to you as well. So check it out. If you purchase a membership or interested in purchasing a membership, you should check it out. Even if it's just for that, I feel like it's very important. That one's very important for someone. Wow. Yeah, white buffalo woman with peace. Okay, yeah, someone wants to make peace with you, or just be on the lookout. Like make sure you are vigilant about who's around you, because we got Hathor with contentment. She has a red belly. She looks pregnant. And I think about Hathor before I even got this deck, about I had her, okay? And she's on here pregnant. Did I ever connect that before? I don't know. But I didn't even think about that. But I think about her being I had her, which illustrates someone's mother as well. A kitten could be significant as well. A baby cat. I had a baby cat named Hathor as well. And she was the last one to die. And I believe that cat spoke to me as well. So somebody wants to probably even speak to you, make peace, but they also want to make sure it's okay, it's safe and stuff like that. Or you could be pregnant, or someone could be pregnant that is in your care, and you want to protect them and put up boundaries for other people as well. Because on this white buffalo woman card, there's a man in front of the white buffalo woman, which I call her Waka Mama, okay? And she's exalted, she's up high, and he's still like looking like he's guarding her as well. So even some protection could be coming in for someone, or someone even looks at you as protection, depending on how it resonates. Then we have Hecate or Hecate or Katie. She actually told me her name is Hakayet. I'll be forgetting that sometimes. It's really Hakayet. It's the T is supposed to be after the E. ET, extraterrestrial for some people. Okay, illumination. All right, someone is awakening. Someone is going to expose you to something, especially about a lot of things that we mentioned today. Okay, some of you guys probably know people or have been in the jail system since you were a juvenile and stuff like that. Some of you guys had to transfer over once you aged out of juvenile and stuff like that. Do I have someone being tried as an adult in this energy? Okay, I do be picking up people watch me in jail and stuff like that. I welcome you all. Okay, I'm inclusive, not exclusive, unless it's on some important shit. And that, although that is important, but I feel like someone was trying to bring the fear out of me. And Ganesh is in reverse with obstacles. Yeah, so someone's trying to put obstacles in your way. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable around fear, okay? Fear just be doing stuff without thinking, all right? I be wanting to beat fear ass. I think we should beat fear ass. But even if you look at as fear as a person, it's like, it's not really a bad person. It just causes a lot of chaos. Like Urkel. It's giving me Urkel from the Family Matters. As well, what is his real name again? I was about to say Stefan. And you know how he transformed into that. But it's giving me him like he always has good intentions. But every time he goes over this family's house, the Winslow's house, I think, something ends up happening, and they will be like, or they basically kick him out, or he leaves. I can't remember, but something ends up happening, and it could be due to his fault, but he didn't mean no harm by it. Like he knocked over something, and he was spinning too fast, or like wanting to help and not listening when somebody's like, oh, you can't help, or, or something like that. Like, he always meant well, and then things end up happening and then everybody gets mad at him, like, but not remembering he always meant well, or, his heart, or, treating him like that. And sometimes he would, have these parts where he would end up getting sad, like he would end up feeling remorseful about what happened, whether it was his fault or not, like, as well. And but I'm getting some of that pain has been coming from, how people will react to you, without the grace, without the consideration, with fear, as well. And then, but allow those things to be weapons against you, okay, lack of better words. But no weapon formed against us will ever prosper, okay? And when they do, people are gonna have to answer to that, in a gruesome way, in a, a nudging way, like, okay, chin up, motherfucker, okay? Don't mess with that one, all right? But Ganesh also has, well, his mother is Parvati and his dad is Shiva. Shiva is the destroyer. And Parvati is basically purity spirit, that mothering spirit, nurturing spirit. But she don't play about her cuz, mother bear spirit. You could be seeing a lot of bears to confirm this message as well, real life or on TV or something like that. Like, she's mommy bear, like, and she sees red when someone hurts her child. And there was a point in history where they cut Ganesh's head off, and she was like, head for a head, okay? But this time, they're not going to be able to do that. They're not going to even be able to, hurt this child. And we spoke about child custody, I'm going through my stuff as well. They're not going to be able to hurt this child. Did a reading about that not too long ago. They're not going to even be able to crucify Jesus this time. God is not wasting God's time proving that. No more. No matter what somebody thinks you deserve or don't deserve. Pomona plenty. Yeah, they're not going to have nothing. Okay? Or this person has nothing, or trying to make you have nothing. But Ganesh is here to remove obstacles. Ganesh is here to stand and protect. And because he has also support and protection. So if you mess with Ganesh, if you hurt Ganesh, you're going to have another fight and battle to try to win. You ain't going to win. We always win. So one could be from California, especially Pomona. Helios, okay, end of a hellish cycle. I thought that was Helios. It's hypnos, sleep in reverse. Yeah, somebody was trying to torment you in your sleep as well. Renewal, yeah, and now that cycle is over. In general, like, people aren't going to be able to do that, or somebody about to renew their relationship with their person as well. Someone they won't get divorced from. Sheila and a gig. Someone could be also getting a new job. I think about jobs with a gig. Or a job is not for somebody as well. Gateways, okay? Other doors are opening for you. Portals, okay? These are coming together. And, like, some of this stuff I already thought about. Honestly, I didn't even read nothing. And did I read these books? I don't know. But some of the stuff I created from these characters based on their names or downloads I got about them as soon as I encountered them, like, they're starting to make sense today. This lady, she, at first glance, she looks old, younger, but when you continue to look at her, she looks older, okay? So somebody's even probably thinking, they don't want somebody no more because they're Asian or something like that. I feel like I heard Asian, okay, as well. And they look young for a long time as well. So God could even be reminding you of that, like how you have this youthful spirit, forever youthful spirit, but even somebody's mad, somebody probably catfished them. I'm getting catfish energy as well. That's what God is exposing. Yeah, see, they have to earn your trust. Should they have earned your trust to be able to catfish you? They probably should have earned your trust. But they didn't even have to get that far for you to even be able to find out they were a catfish. But I ain't going to beat you up for that. Because other people's decisions don't impact your Although they may impact your life, it doesn't mean it was your fault that they made those decisions, especially later on and out of the norm. APOC, okay, with fear. Yeah, I was just talking about you, fear. See, so gateways to fear. Like even people are trying to expose you to more fear, give you paranormal activity, stalking. Okay, hiring people. So I said that a lot of that earlier. So I'm gonna leave it here. I hope this message blessed y'all and y'all enjoyed it. What is this? All right, I'm your mama. Okay, 2 mama energies came out. Hathor. Oh, and Ma'at, which her name to me means the mother of all that, okay? Or mama, where you at, okay? Or somebody could be calling their mama or trying to look for their mama, wondering where their mama went, okay? Someone could be dating someone with a ponytail, or their father has a ponytail, a slick ponytail or something like that with fine hair, no matter what color or race they are as well. Yemaya, hope. What was that? God giving you visions, and you taking them for what it is, helps you keep the hope. Okay. Yemaya is the mermaid goddess, associated with water and stuff like that. Water. Pisces is also a water sign, so Pisces could be significant, or Pisces placements could be significant right now. The transits in those placements, but water, is associated with intuition, feelings, things that you you could collect water, but like to grasp water, like you got to work with water. The flow of water is giving me as well, so something you need to work with. And that reading I did not too long ago, that I was talking about with God with the visions. Okay, definitely check that one out. If you don't check anything else out, I don't think it's that long. It's over an hour, but it's not 2 hours like this one is about to be. I'm trying to go. Okay, set chaos in reverse. Yeah, it's the end of a crazy cycle. That's why you got hope here. And somebody's mad because they see this cycle approaching and they're trying to hold on. I don't want to ever say goodbye. Looking at the window, wondering why did we have to say all those things that we said last night? I don't want to ever say goodbye. Looking at the window, wondering why. I just don't like to see when you cry. So I'ma say goodbye. And the love in these words we will never taken with. Thinking love that we share, it will never be. And I know it, and it hurts so bad, but I'm sorry. I loved you best I can. Jagged Edge, okay, goodbye. And I was also getting Chris Brown, goodbye. It's never right time to say goodbye. Yeah, somebody does not want to hold on, especially, does not want to let go. Especially a man, but it could be a woman as well. We got men and women, or somebody about to make a choice as well. Poseidon, someone also is poisonous as well. And then it says Flo, and he's the man mermaid god, okay? And he's Zeus' brother, okay? Zeus got the juice, okay? Father Zeus, okay? So yeah, someone also could have been fighting their father or angry at their father's actions. We got Thor in reverse. Odin could also be close to you as well, or someone didn't take it that personal, or someone thinking someone's taking it personal, whether it's a child or the dad and they're not, okay? Or they're mad a dad is not making action towards something as well, or they're disrupting the flow. Then we got Newt, expansiveness, okay? And her name means the seed that fruitifies the earth, okay? Expansiveness is like, yeah, so we could be so much further. This thing probably should have been already over. The cycle should have been closed, but someone is dragging it out longer than it's supposed to be, or doing something more than it has to happen as well. So hopefully this all made sense and these messages blessed you and you enjoyed it. I'm not even gonna pull out my God deck because I will be here another hour. I already know. No, I'm not staying here another hour. Okay. I don't even like how everything's responding right now. The energy just feels ugly. Okay, let's get some of these fucking signs in. I'm gonna get some signs. Okay, Taurus came out in front. Okay. Your dreams need a practical plan. Yeah, because somebody plan went to fucking shit, huh? Yeah, but now, or opportunities are opening up for you. Doors are opening up for you that you've been asking for. Your manifestations are coming through. Okay. Change your tune. Someone also needs to be louder as well. But even someone could be a musician, play a musical instrument as well. And the instrument is one you blow on. Blow, blow, blow. Can you lick my skin? It's the sweetest in the middle. Ah, pink is the flavor. Set the rhythm. Lean back, you can let the baby. Make sure you get inside. You get the flavor. Keep me hot and keep me going. That could be Beyonce and Pharrell. I heard that come out, okay? But Pharrell, the singer, okay? Are you for real? Okay? You for real, though? Okay. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. When a bitch get an attitude, pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. And I'm running on my arm and the sunshine down a little bit sweet because I got it going on. I'm a big boy and a nice dude and a nice dream. See these ice creams, I drip it at you. And on the floor. That's all in your throat. Dun, 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 dun. Somebody got some money, okay? They like how they look, okay? They be stunning on their daddy, okay? Or a dad could be jealous, okay? or a dad and a son be stunning together, okay? Because you eat, we all eat, right? Okay, share. The past in the reverse, okay? We got the future. I was just trying to get signs, okay? So this Virgo is gonna come up to you in the future, probably, and tell you, admit to you, you are good enough. Okay, you are good enough. Accepting help. You are good enough to ask or to receive help. That's given me because it's in reverse. Especially a female Virgo could be significant, or you could be a female I'm talking to, dealing with a Virgo. And then we got abundance. Yeah, you can ask for help with abundance. You can receive help with abundance and stuff like that. Cut your losses in reverse. It's like, I even think someone is even saying like, I gotta cut my losses. I was holding on to something that was impacting your connection with me. So somebody could also be holding on to a friend, or a person, a third party, or even a karmic. Karmic just means lesson. It don't have to be always bad, but somebody like blocking, your connection. And earlier I was starting to tell a story and it got deterred because it's probably that person tunes into me and didn't want to hear it anymore because they realizing that I was going to be right. And they actually told me. So I don't be mad at people doing the opposite of what I told them or try to warn them against. They told me, it was like, watch, you're going to be right. No, they said, I think you're going to be right. Actually, no, I know you're going to be right. Because everything I've said to this person is come true, or it makes sense once I show them my perspective. I don't try to force you to believe what I believe. Like even on here, I don't want to force you to believe it. I'm just telling you the information, and if you just so happen to get a confirmation, at least you're not going to be off guard. You should be thanking me, okay? Whether you believe it or not. Anyway, but yeah, so this girl, I was friends with this girl, and then, we fell out over time. And I thought I could look at her as a friend. Like, I rarely call people my friend. Like, I rarely call people my friend, okay? And if I don't call you my friend, it's like, and you're my friend, I'm going to act more like a friend, because I probably think of you more as family than friends, okay? But, as well. So, this person, I felt safe to call her a friend until she hurt my child, okay? Or even thought of things in a way where that led to my child getting hurt. But I'm not going to go through that again because that hurt my heart. And I think when I told it the last time, I think I started crying about it too. So I don't really want to cry. I don't feel in the mood to cry at all right now. But yeah, so this person, while we were associating with each other, she started associating with another girl that had just moved into the shelter. And I didn't know this girl's name. I barely saw her, like, and I barely saw her with this girl hanging out to even declare that they were friends. So, like, I just let that be, like, but she would mention things that this person did to her, or, like, ways where it was confirming that what I already thought about this person. And I picked up on, like, initially meeting her, I picked up on she had a disrespectful spirit. Yeah. Wow. And it does. A Libra could be significant as well, woman Libra, but yes, she and someone's name could start with an N, ends in a A. Someone's name could start with a T, end in a A, okay? Or flip those around, A end with a T. I got Anuket. She is an Egyptian goddess, and she deals with prosperity, waters, and stuff like that. And Poseidon came out with that as well. So somebody's parents are probably teaming up together to get them something really big as well. You please both parents on the same level. It's almost like they seems like they get turned on by how much you please them. Okay, so you did some good stuff. Okay, child, congratulations. They get turned on. Or maybe you cause your parents to, see the love in each other again or something, reunite as well. Someone's parents could be getting back together, whether they're divorced or separated, I'm getting as well, or ever married. It's something like that, significant. But, yeah, and so I was getting that spirit from her, and lo and behold, like, when we fell out, she started officially hanging out with this person, and she was hanging out with this person in a certain area that is only associated with certain things. And she ended up getting her child taken, because of drugs and stuff like that, which normally happens in this area. I'm not trying to look down on nobody, but I saw this before I even knew either one of them hung out in this area or was hanging out in this area. I only saw them that time, and I could tell whatever even I was thinking about, because there was a time where this girl I was associating with, actually connected to, I would question certain things. And I still was in a position where I didn't know when people was using drugs or not. I didn't know that. Now I'm more aware of the signs, but I'm still not, like, an expert at it. Like, I just, sense certain things spiritually, and then if it comes out related to drugs, so be it, whatever. Like, I know drugs aren't a whole person's thing, but it explains a lot about certain people, and it messes it up for people who don't even know about that, or so naive to the situation, and then they end up displaying signs, of certain things, and it's like, dang, they're not even aware of, the signs being present somewhere else. Like, so say, remember I was talking about accepting somebody's mistake, or like seeing someone actually just made a mistake and it wasn't a pattern for someone. That could be significant. But yeah, so they both get their children taken, with drug associated, claims. And the girl that I already identified as a disrespectful spirit, she was going around to people telling people, like, yeah, that's what she get, telling the girl that I was associated and connected to, that's what she get, and all this type of stuff. That's very, very disrespectful. You would just in her face more than I even like to see. But even she wanted you to be, but some people would just continue to perpetuate that cycle of associating with toxic people. And I was already sent by God in her life to warn her against it. I didn't say don't hang out with her. I didn't even say that. But I'm saying, like, even what I identified, and she was agreeing with most of it. And she said, I know you're going to be right. So why must we get there? Father God, thoughts could be significant as well. But yeah, so that could be significant for somebody. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna leave it there. I was trying to get more signs. Okay, Gemini, Sagittarius. A new start is coming in reverse. It could be a new start with a past person. I'm getting no new friends, no new friends, no new friend, no new. Ain't that a Drake song? No new friends. So that's probably why a lot of these past people are coming, and they're going to be a part of your future, because now you're able to be more vigilant as well, and even taking this title, or taking the information from the video that pertains to the title. It's like they got to earn your trust. Like they earn your respect, or they should be earning your respect. But that is so hard for them. That is so hard. And that's so hard for them. Because now they've been conditioned and tangled to associate with things that feed what they already believe or have been conditioned to believe. They don't even know how to earn your trust. They don't even know they should have to earn your trust. They feel entitled to it because you've always given it to it. Same with disrespect or respect. Believing the is possible in reverse. So, even saying like believe it is possible, at the beginning, so you won't have to look down the line at the end. Because what I say is like, all right, if somebody telling me a story about what happened to them, or I literally see the situation like I was just discussing with the girls, or these girls, but like if I just seen how something ended up from beginning to the end, I don't need to go through the end and try to I don't need to go through the end I don't need to experience it, basically. I don't need to experience your end. I see your end, but I also don't need to jump into the same situation because you've been through it and you got to the end. Again, who are you as a credible source? But it's like, I don't need to see all that. I don't need to do all that work. I believe you. All right, I believe that. I believe the situation could happen like that and result in that. And I don't believe I could change it. I ain't even going to try to change it. I ain't going to make an effort or merit to change it. For what? I know the result. Not going to see if that's happening. And sometimes people will be mad you don't want to experience that same thing and think that you think you're better. It's like, no, if I know better, I could do better. But I don't have to prove again to you why I should even want to do better. See that entitlement there? Like, oh yeah, you didn't get married and get divorced like me, so you're doing it wrong. That's why that happened. But I know what happened when you got married to a certain person, and just because this person is in my life to be married doesn't mean I have to marry them. And I see the same comparison of things of why your marriage didn't work out. So I don't need to travel down that path. But everybody wants me to handle my situation exactly how they handled it. And then they wonder why I end up saying, like, oh, you got divorced and shit like that. Like, nigga, I wasn't even thinking about none of your fucking history until you try to fucking determine my future or try to control how I get to my future. I wasn't thinking about that. Your fault, okay? Yeah, the past is in reverse, okay? Again. Oh, it was two different cards that said the past, right? Moon, maybe, intuition. So it's like people, and that's in reverse. People keep ignoring their intuition, or they're saying, like, don't ignore your intuition. What it's trying to tell you for the shit in the future. Like I was talking about the trust. Like at the beginning when you met somebody, the last person you met that was new and it didn't last long, I bet you could recall at the beginning why you didn't trust this person, or why you didn't feel the need to trust this person. Because in that situation I was just talking about with the girl with the disrespectful spirit, I saw the disrespectful spirit, so I didn't even feel the need to get to know her name, to ask her name, to introduce myself. I would see her, approach the same group I was already in. I would see her while I approached the same group that she was already in. Did not care to introduce myself. Take time to breathe out. Yeah, I'm about to take a break. Okay, Scorpio, work through your fears. Yeah, see, fear is a big ass fucking situation. Do nothing. Do something about that shit. Okay, that's not cute. They're trying to say. That's not fucking cute. And then people hide behind fear and be doing some malicious ass shit. Like, I'm so scared of her. Like I was talking about the girl earlier I grew up with. Telling this girl, because she's known to be fighting stuff, and telling this girl lies about me because you really scared of me. Like, I had motherfuckers scared of me and I ain't never touched them a day in my life. And some of them motherfuckers, like, they ain't never seen me fight. And they were scared of me. And they would tell their mom on me. Like, I did something to them because they scared of me. They would actually share that fact that they're scared of me, and their mom would take it in a certain type of way against me. And I ain't do nothing. And they would say it as if I am tormenting them because I'm scared of them, because they scared of me. And I wouldn't even do nothing. This one girl who did that and actually told her mom, and she told me she was scared of me. And stuff like that. And honestly, when she told me that, I didn't feel good about that. That's not and this person, like, she was my next door neighbor. Like, now I found out she's actually related to me. You know, if all else is really true, you know, like, she's really related to me. You know, like, I didn't really have like a reason to want to fight her. You know, if anything, I fought for her a lot of times. You know, so she did see me fight, but I feel like before that, she didn't see me fight. She didn't see me fight. But yeah, and she would tell her mom, like, I'm scared of her, as if I'm torturing her because of that. So when she first told me that, like, I was already hesitant. I didn't feel right. I was, and I even think I asked her, like, why? You know, like, because you could fight her and stuff like that. But she had never seen me fight. And I'm just like, I don't know what I did, you know, like, and now I know I could put two and two together, but I ain't telling y'all everything I fucking know. Shit. These type of people growing up scared of but you or me for no fucking reason. Turn around and fucking hurt me. And then so she do all of this. Mom checks me. And next thing you know, she picks a fight with me. In her aunt, or now our aunt, house. And then it looked like I was a person, because I came around, I'm the one starting fights. Because who knows what her mom told her sister. But she jumps on me. Well, she actually, fights, like, starts swinging on me. You know, and then we get in a fight and stuff like that. And then I even, you know, like, after, basically towards the end, I jumped through the crowd that was trying to pull me apart and get her again, you know. But that's the only time I actually hit you, and she hit me first. And I was getting my hair done when she hit me. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there for that. All right, thank you for the fourth like. I'm sorry you're not there anymore. But yeah, I'm gonna go anyway. But thank y'all for y'all time today. However long y'all choose to stay, I hope y'all like and subscribe. Consider that. Rewatch the video if you have to. A lot of things came out here. I use the cards, but I don't really need them as well. They keep bringing me to this deck. The signs. Okay. Anyway. Aquarius. Okay. Or maybe, and this is in reverse, bring love into the situation. A lover who was an Aquarius could be significant. Focus, okay. Upright, and then we got Leo. Okay, confidence is your key to success. Then we have confidence earlier for somebody. That came out earlier. The law of attraction in reverse. You know, like, even this is like your boldness is really scaring people away. It's intimidating people. But they probably only have this fear of intimidation, or, this feeling of intimidation or fear because they're thinking in a way where you're not even thinking. You're not even in those fields. of where they're thinking. So it says more about them than you. But if y'all don't start none, it won't be none. Okay? Keep your fearful ass over there then. All right? Work through your fears, Scorpio. Releasing in reverse. Yeah, somebody does not want to let you go. They obsessed. A fiery climax approaches. Okay, especially someone you are intimate with. Someone's been trying to even magnetize you, attract you through the law of attraction, through sex magic and shit like that, or something like that. A fiery climax. Yeah, and then Aries. Okay, Aries energy. The full moon in Aries could be significant as well, which is should be happening in October, at the end of October, right? Or no, the middle of October, something like that. Yeah, that keeps coming out of Aries. Look at the bigger picture, and somebody is finally seeing the bigger picture. So yeah, they're finally feeling their remorse. They're finally feeling like like they earned your forgiveness, or they're ready to do something that earns your forgiveness. They're ready for you to tell them how to earn your forgiveness and stuff like that. You and your loved ones are safe in reverse, Cancer. So someone's loved ones are not safe, in danger, and we spoke a lot about kids as well, but they don't have to be kids. It could just be anyone in your life that you love. Hold your vision. That's more Leo energy, Scorpio energy, Aquarius energy, and Taurus. All of those signs already came out. So those heavy fixed signs. Yeah, somebody's not changing their mind. Somebody needs to change their mind. Okay. It says hold your vision too. So it's like hold your vision. Like stop where you are, even as well. Slow it down in reverse. Yeah, like something's about to accelerate. Like releasing, cutting people off. Being good at cutting people off in the future. Adjustments are required. Yeah, especially when it comes to your boundaries or something like that. They're saying, and patience, or dealing with people who have not been patient with you, or you've been patient with them, and they take your kindness for weakness. Like I was just talking about in some of those stories as well. Or they misinterpreted how they feel about certain things. Embrace uncertainty. Embrace certainty is something also you should expect as well. And you should expect to win in a certain situation. You're very close to achieving your goal. Gibbous moons. I was beginning like Gibson and shit like that from that. But that's in reverse. So take that as a resonance, okay? But especially the good ones, you should deserve to win. Why wouldn't you win? Type of energy, okay? I said that in that reading about Jesus not being able to be crucified anymore. Courage, blood moon, truth in reverse, okay? So both of these, courage and truth, is in reverse. Like fear is all up through this. They fear the truth. They fear you telling the truth. They fear, and so they cover your truth up with lies. They're reading about that too. They lie because your truth exposes theirs, all right? A lot of readings coming out today. So definitely check those out if you haven't already, or if you haven't seen it in a long time. It will be a good refresher, knowledge-based material for you in this journey we call life. All right. Luck is on your side in reverse with Sagittarius. Okay. Yes. Sagittarius getting it. All right. I spoke about a Sagittarius in one of these stories. Knowledge, wow. And I just said knowledge-based material. Support, even looking at that. So knowledge, or somebody don't know who supports you, or they're wondering about something, they pocket watching as well. So you don't need to earn their trust. All this they're doing behind your back that they could approach you with or whatever. I did a reading about that said those who spoke in your name in any way, death came knocking. See, the solution be death. It's always related to death, and then so that means a lot of people attack you with death. So God don't have no problem utilizing their tools against them, because you cannot beat the masters with their own tools. Okay, you just borrowed the tools. Okay, but we're gonna use that. Let me see that real quick. Okay, like God did Judas. God came back. It's like, let me, you know what you did. You done fucked up, right? You just try to deter everything in my plan. You fucked with my will, right? So give me that life. You don't deserve life. Life is a gift. Give it to me. That's why he took it out. That's why he took himself out. But yeah, a little girl could be supported by 2 older girls. Someone could also have like 2 mommies as well, or godmom, could be significant as well. Drawing down the moon, knowledge. Or so they even hoping, like somebody also could be hoping that you don't find out like who they've been hiring to do certain work, or if they've been the one doing the work on you, spell work on you and stuff like that. Oh man, yeah. They doing everything in their power to keep this under wraps, hold on to something as well. Like they are in denial. Seek healing. Yeah, they are fighting healing. Or they're running the opposite direction. Okay. They running for someone who's chasing them. And nobody chasing your ass. We don't need to be back there. Okay. Like I don't need to experience your end result to know not to do this shit. I don't need to go through it. Most motherfuckers will be thinking you need to go through the same thing I'm going through, so I can show you how I got out. Like, that's not even good advice. How about you went through that as a certain result and you want to help me not go through that, not be advocating for the shit just because you went through the shit. You holding that shit like a trophy? That it even existed in your life? That you sometimes they even be a part of the reason why it went that far? All that shit. But I don't give a fuck about your shit that much to focus on it. But like I said, don't start nothing, it won't be nothing. Don't start no shit, don't be no shit. Don't start no shit, it won't be no shit. Hey, if you don't give a damn, I don't give a fuck. Hey, if you don't give a damn, I don't give a fuck. Don't start no shit, it won't be no shit. Okay? A-Town Stump. Okay, someone from the A. Okay? From the A. Okay, somebody's sister's from the A as well. Okay? Yeah. Somebody said you need to go to counseling to help establish your boundaries. Okay? Like it says, so Seek Healing came out again. I don't know if y'all heard that flip too. I put it in randomly. It came out again with these other cards. Focus comes out again. And it says adjustments are required. Okay. And then boundaries. Okay. This is giving me somebody really needs help establishing boundaries. But always got their mouth on somebody else's name on purpose. Because gossip kills. This is why you're going through karma, bitch. Okay. Taurus energy. Expect powerful change. That's a reading y'all could check out too. I may just check that motherfucking shit out. All right. But yeah, so a win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. This is in reverse. Okay. So this Libra is so gone over you. Or she's so far gone down in the deep. We could have had it all, rolling in a deep. You had my heart inside, and you played it to the beat. What was that? Monica first, Scorpio energy. Yeah, this woman, Scorpio, been coming out. And then Adele, I believe she a Leo, right? So women, Scorpios and Leos, okay? Strength, okay? A man too, Scorpio and Leo, okay? Yeah, so it's just like, like they know, like, you strong. Like I was telling y'all the story about the girl who claimed she's scared of me, but was the main one that threw the first punch. The other girl I was talking about with the childhood friend that we lost at a young age, and that was her cousin. I remember, there was a time, we had a big cousin. She used to, like kind of be training us, basically like or expose us to certain things. And, like, while I appreciated it sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, she appeared to be a bully, but, I don't be scared of these type of people. It just, I will see it for what it is, and just work around it. And I understood like kind of where she come from and what her family had been through before I even met her officially like that. So like I understand sometimes, and that's why I let a lot of people get away with hurting me at one point in time. You know, get away with it because I would be aware of what they've gone through, and I know they didn't mean it in a way where I probably would have taken it if I didn't know about this, if that makes sense. But yeah, so she used to, like she used to be that big cousin. And a lot of elders used to, like tell us we shouldn't be hanging around her, and saying she started mess between us. But like I said, I looked at it as she was trying to train us and expose us, and I was excited about the shit, like and so it was this day where, and especially after this day, them elders are mad, okay? After this day, I ended up fighting the girl that used to lie on me to her cousin who always fight. But I was fighting her because she called me out because she made us pick who we want to fight, or made people pick who they want to fight. I didn't get to pick. I don't even think I got to pick. People picked me, and she picked me. And I'm just like, why would you pick me? And I thought we were closer than that. Like, I thought we were closer than that. And we were so closer than that. I was thinking right. Because her grandma was so mad, and she thought it was the cousin, our cousin, pitting us against each other and stuff like that. But like I said, I looked at it in a positive way, and then she looked at it in a negative way. Well, they were looking at it in a negative way, but rightfully so. When it came to us, especially our relationship, I didn't think she would pick me, but I didn't mind, like, and I fought her and stuff like that. But they found out we fought and stuff like that, which was because she told them. She picked me in the fight, and she told them that I fought her. So, sorry. I forgot why I was saying that as well, because I was hesitant to even bring it up, because I understand energy. Energy is real. I tell y'all all the time, energy is real, all right? It could be created out of nothing, and I don't mean no harm. Even telling these stories, even if I didn't reconcile with you, and and stuff like that, I probably don't mean no well. It's just a part of my experience. It's in hopes to help others, and you don't have to take it as it was or whatever. But a lot of my friends, I ain't gonna even lie, they have been victims of mind control. I see it. Even if they didn't come to me to tell me, I seen it. I see. And motherfuckers think they know so much about me, they giving themselves up because they think that. So again, I don't owe nobody no trust. And you don't either. If people think they know so much about you, and they don't. And it exposes what the fuck is going on with them. And that's all I'm going to say. I ain't giving you no more motherfucking ammo. All right? But I know. Okay? The motherfucker's still trying to tie me to that motherfucker. And I'm proud of who I used to be. I'm proud of the decisions I made, motherfucker. Or anybody who feel that way. Motherfucker. Okay? I started thinking about Bernie Mac. Do he be saying that? Or is that Samuel L. Jackson? I don't know. But he could be one of your angels, Bernie Mac. But yeah, like, I don't care. Like, I don't care what y'all think, or y'all try to tie me down to being that same person and thinking I can't change. But even if you don't think I've changed, like, I'm proud of who you think I am too. Even though you using it to misconstrue who I am to anybody and anything, including yourself, I am proud of that person. I live life with barely little to no regrets, okay? I've learned how to articulate that fact about myself, that value. And when I first started this reading, I started talking about the value. And I really just expected Capricorn to come out, okay? I really did. I wouldn't have been surprised. But that could be a good thing. Avoiding drama. Okay, yeah. Capricorn is like, I don't want no problems. You don't want no problem. Woo. You don't want no problem. Woo. Yeah, bad in the bad. You can push, hold them back, hold that, push that. I forget how I go. A little scrappy, okay? No problem, okay? Before that, I was thinking, who are those people? Is that the people with Sean Paul in that group? I don't know, but whoever that sings that. And I think Lil Jon and Eastside Boys. Like, Georgia is very significant. Okay, but yeah, so yeah, somebody done snap. Somebody is in snap arena. Okay, but yeah, so either way it go, no matter what y'all say about me, I don't care. Y'all exposing yourselves, and thank you. I ain't gonna be unappreciative, ungrateful like y'all. Thank you. Thank you for exposing yourself. Please. Please accept my thanks. And please continue. Okay? To expose who you really are. So I don't have to adapt and develop my thoughts of you or opinions of you around a fake ass energy or energy that doesn't really exist. Thank you for being able to make me focus on what's important. And as I'm saying that, it says the energy is gaining momentum. There it goes. I'm going to leave it there, okay? But yeah, avoid drama as well. That could also be some advice for y'all. Let's see. Let's see some more advice. Okay, have a cup of tea. Okay, that's advice. Okay, drink water. Release your shame, okay? Release your shame, okay? Because you are not guilty. Because people try to think they know you. People try to project every type of things on you. I did a read about that. Projection is real. Not too long ago, okay? Maybe even less than a month ago. Tend to your plants. Focus on your shit, okay? But somebody really could be a plant lover or stuff like that. Or this could be the reason why things are dying. Because there's an energy in your atmosphere that's gaining momentum that's causing plants to die. So don't buy no more plants. Because this is in reverse. I feel like a negative message was in there somewhere for somebody. Okay, I need to go. Okay, lie on the ground. Oh yeah, because somebody lied. It's in reverse. Okay, stand up. You will rise up as high as the day when you will rise up. You will rise unafraid. You rise up. And you'll do it 1,000 times again. One moment. Anyway. Yeah, so lie on the ground. I was singing Andra Day. Rise up. Lie on the ground. I'm about to go. But yeah, you should rise up. But they're saying even lies have been told. Lies have been told. And I mentioned that reading. Create a sacred fire. Someone was doing rituals. This is in reverse as well. You know, they could have been doing rituals. It was supposed to be sacred, or they defiled a sacred ground, and Jesus had to go up in there and slap motherfuckers, whip motherfuckers with belts and shit. Slam tables, flip tables and shit. Okay. Express your love in reverse. Yeah, I don't like that shit. For all niggas, y'all niggas, that's that shit I don't like. Yo shit, make believe. Don't Like by Chief Keef, Kanye West, Pusha T, Big Sean. We are not the one and the same. Watch your thoughts in reverse. Yeah, watch your mouth, motherfucker. Come correct or don't come at all, okay? And even watch what you're thinking about. See, gossip kills. This is why you're going through karma. You don't even have to say this shit out loud. You thinking it. You putting that fucking energy in the air. Yeah. I feel like I did so many. I cited so many videos today on site, okay? We GBE. We just gon' cite. A fuck nigga, that's a shit I don't like. Bang, bang. A snitch nigga, that's a shit I don't like. A bitch nigga, that's a shit I don't like. A sneak disser, that's a shit I don't like. Don't like. Don't like. A snitch nigga, that's a shit I don't like. Fake Gucci, that's a shit I don't like. I done sold perp. I done sold. Stop it, okay? Okay, don't like. I don't like. Somebody like that song, okay? A smile in my face is what I don't like. They steal your whole sound. That's a sound bite. The media crucify me like they did Christ. And they want to find me not breathing like they found Mike. Ooh, girl, run her mouth only out of spite. And now never trust a woman, never in my life. I was in too deep like Makai fight. In that, yeah, so that's Kanye West part. Okay, Gemini man could be saying that too. But you know, like before I came up with this topic, in that song I changed it to I never trust a woman, because it be always some bitch. I don't care what the nigga did, okay, what part he played, it's always some bitch behind that shit. Whether it's the even the leader be the bitch. It be a bitch, okay? It be a bitch. And it may be trickling down to somebody else on small scale, but it was the bitch that initiated the order. Request. What is it called? I feel like it's something dealing with like delivery. Requisite. Is it something like that? But request, anyway. But it's like something with an R, right? Requisition list. I think it's called something like that. But yeah. Somebody was behind that, or that could be a clue to somebody to something for somebody. But yeah, like it's always some motherfucking bitch. So when I sing that song or rap that song, I say I'll never trust a woman never in my life. He says I'll never hit a woman ever in my life. Okay, it could be him making a vow to himself. Someone accused him of something, and he's trying to prove himself as well. Somebody was innocent. They did not hit a woman. That's not what they believe in doing. He said, never in my life. So now, then, in the past, in the future of his life, he will not hit a woman. He made that vow to himself. Or, you know, he's letting you know. Let you know. See, I knew Aaliyah was here. Okay, but yeah. I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, that was the message for you. That was the message for you. I hope this message. War. Okay, Aries come out. He was by himself. Okay, somebody didn't want this. Somebody didn't want this war. Somebody didn't want to know about this war. Someone didn't want people to know about this war, but it's happening. I did a reading about that too, not too long ago. It says Ra name means war. Okay, because Ra backwards with the W added to it, because that's what his name means. He just raw, okay? He raw as fuck, okay? Raw, raw like a dungeon dragon. Raw, raw like a dungeon dragon. But that's Nicki Minaj, Sagittarius energy, okay? But Aries, he's the god of war. And sometimes when people pray to Aries as the god of war, especially address him and call on him, he'll come and he'll start beating their ass too. He'll come in that whole atmosphere. Anything could go. At that point, anything could go, including you that called my ass. Something about even calling the police. Like that person who called the police also got in trouble as well. That happened to me in my life. Okay. But yeah, so I'm going back to the trust. Like, I'll never trust a woman ever in my life. I changed that before even coming up with this topic. It's like, I really never trust them. Like, I don't really trust women. But you got to earn it, though. And sometimes you may not even get an opportunity to earn it. So appreciate that opportunity to earn my trust. I don't really trust women like that. Too many women fuck me over. But I also don't believe in people having to pay for other people's mistakes. whether that's a woman or not, though. But I'm less inclined to trust a woman than a man. Not saying that I just trust all type of men, because there was one point in time in my life I didn't trust any man because of how men have hurt me. But then again, even then, I was still looking for ways to adapt to the situation and I didn't know it was like giving people a clean slate every time, but like to adapt to the situation where it's like you kind of try, your body naturally tries to look for reasons to trust this person, or even put them in a certain box. Like my favorite box to put them in is brother. But even though a violation happened by someone who I thought was my brother, or who I called my brother, or who was designated, I don't even know, because I don't think I called him my brother too much. But anyway, so I would put them there because I didn't want to think all men were like this, but I also could use a brother, like I could use that, not that I'm looking for one, like, so it just helps, to dissociate that type of thing. So it's like, if I feel like I lost that brother, I'm doing something to get that brother and to work through those type of beliefs I have, even though I'm justified. Enough men have done me wrong in my life. Enough men shown that they didn't support me in my life. And I'm not just talking about help me. To support me enough to know that I'm not like a certain type of thing people are claiming that I am. See, they keep going back to lies. But I don't give a fuck what you say about me. Because I know you about to end up at my feet. That's why you watching my fucking show now. Because you at my feet. You earnest for some fucking more information from me. You crowding around, huddling up for my shit. Like they did Jesus. But yeah, so a lecturer, a teacher could be significant as well. I'm going to leave it here, though. I've been trying to go, and I'm going to go. All right, bye, you guys. Hope this message bless y'all, and y'all enjoyed it. Anything y'all want in this reading come true, I hope it comes true for you and for you soon. Thank you, God and God's team, for your messages today. I hope I did you all justice. I love you, baby. Hope you enjoy. He tunes into my reading. I'm not going insane and shit. Oh, what the fuck is you saying? But yeah. Somebody really like that song. You like that song? Proud niggas. Yeah, niggas. That was Big Sean part that I was singing before. He said, what he said? Fuck is you saying? I'm fucking insane. Something like that. You saying, I'm fucking insane. What the fuck is you saying? Like you lying or something like that. But yeah, so, someone's name could be Sean, any derivative of that as well, have Sean in their name, whether it's spelled S-E-A-N or a different type of way even as well. Shantisha? Do I know that? Shantisha? Or something like that. Okay, anyway. Oh, good. Fuckers with talking all that shit when you had a fucking chance to fucking fight me. You didn't take the fucking chance, and now it's too fucking late. You show who the fuck you are. I was fighting this bitch they basically sent over to fight me, and I was on it. I mauled this girl so much. That's I don't know if y'all remember earlier, if you watched the whole video, but I was talking about how I was put into this behavior school, and the C I got and all this type of stuff in a certain class, and only got it because I had to take this class that I really wasn't interested in. And sometimes when that happens, it means that, a lot of what they saying is bullshit. All right. Like with history, I could never retain history long enough because a lot of history is bullshit. The Bible, I couldn't retain and comprehend the Bible too much because a lot of the Bible is bullshit. I'm not trying to talk on the word, but all the Bible ain't true. You got to use your discernment, ask God for it, or use it if you have it. But yeah, so this is that same girl I had a fight with. And when I was having a fight with her, nobody could get me off. Like the teacher, who was way shorter than me, she had to grab me by my stomach. and pick me up like a baby and, you know, grab me off of her. But, you know, before she did that, someone had pulled my hair. And then so when the teacher let go of me, basically, you know, I started asking who pulled my hair and squaring up. Nobody owned up to that shit. Nobody owned up to it. So now they heard that I told this story before, and probably more than once. And I probably, I know I've spoken about it like to people they could possibly know or come across their past, or because motherfuckers are so obsessed with me, you know, like they told them this part or sent them this part of the fucking video because they know who I'm talking about, or may have an idea who I'm talking about, or that person may know the person I'm actually talking about because they so obsessed with me, and they hire people and work together with people for me. Like I'm fucking lying. Is it not true? Why didn't I have 2 fights that day? I fucking pulled my hair. And that was my first time ever wearing my hair out in a puff ball. And people were asking me, was that my real hair? Yeah. First time wearing my hair out. I didn't get my hair pulled in a fight. They were trying to get me off this bitch and they pulled my hair. They should not supposed to be pulling my hair. So I got off the bitch and I started squaring up and saying who the fuck pulled my hair, because we about to fight. Nobody owned up to that shit. But they were talking a whole bunch of shit. I knew who it was. Good. Whatever the fuck happened to your ass. I know you. I bet you wish you got that ass whooping now, bitch. Anyway, I closed out my reading already, but I'll close it out again. Thank y'all so much for tuning in and staying this long. Okay, you really care about what I have to say. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It really helps the channel, and like the video. And thank y'all so much for those who did already. Again, thank you. I hope we continue to connect down the line in future, you know, and my messages are helpful for you if they are, you know. And thank you, God and God's team, again for these messages. Thank you for confirmations. For real, like these confirmations been off the chart today. Like I don't think I wanted to explain how significant they were, or, you know, like I don't even comprehend all of how significant these confirmations were. But yeah, so thank you. I hope I did y'all justice. Okay, and I kissing you through the phone, baby. I love you so much. Kiss your kids for me as well. I love you all so much, you know, especially those who support me wholeheartedly, and, you know, and who will be here in the future to hopefully replace that, you know, that haven't been supporting me and stuff like that. And I don't just being help, like, damn, you know, just support me enough to know not to attack me for something you know ain't resonating with how I am. Okay, that's the least you can do. You don't even have to defend me. Just don't support things. Because if you speak bad on my name or any type of way on my name behind my back in any way, death will come knocking, figuratively or literally. Whether you have to experience that death as yourself being the one who dies, or you're going to have to experience someone really close to you passing on. And you ain't going to be able to handle it. And nearly as much as I can handle death. So thank y'all who are here for the genuine reasons, okay? And want to continue to stay in my life for genuine reasons. Not to study me and think you're going to fucking destroy me, all right? That thought alone will get you killed. Father God thought is one thought away, and he don't motherfucking play, okay? My Father don't motherfucking play, all right? Like sometimes I be thinking like, oh, did you have to go that far? Yes. Now, go as far as you want, Daddy. Go as far as you want, all right? Don't even ask me no more, okay? Tell me when it's done. Ungrateful niggas I don't like. Blah. A fuck nigga. That's that shit. Yeah, ungrateful. Ungratefulness. They really mad about that. Like, you ungrateful bitch. But yeah, I'm about to go. Thank you for the 5th like. Oh, I had to stay on here for the 5th like. Okay, I was closing out of everything. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. However long y'all choose to stay. I appreciate that. Bonus blessings to you. Okay. But yeah, I'm about to go. Kiss your kids for me. Anything y'all want in these readings to come true, or this messages to come true, I hope it comes true for you and for you soon, whether it's good or bad on your behalf or someone else's behalf. I really hope that for you if you deserve it. Okay, we work and earn shit over here. See, tied back. Okay, you don't owe nobody trust. Okay, they gotta earn it. Okay, and that's hard for them, but make them work for it. Okay, they so used to getting shit easy from you anyway. Might as well spend this time at least fucking working for it. Motherfuckers. Bye, you guys. I love you. Have a great day or night whenever you're watching this. I love you so much, baby. Kiss you through the phone. I see you later on. Through the phone like that.